this is John Colo with DiscountJuicers.com. Today I'm very proud to announce that we have new lower pricing on the Lequip 215 XL and the Lequip 110.5 Mini Juicer. These are two of my favorite juicers in the whole wide world, and we now have lower pricing on them at DiscountJuicers.com, so be sure to check them out. These are basically the best deal in low-cost juice extractors today. So even with the lower price, both these machines have a full 10-year warranty on the entire machine, except for the blade and basket assembly. That is considered a wearing part and only has a 3-year warranty. So if your blade should go dull in 3 years, guess what? Call the company and they'll replace it under the warranty at no charge. So while we're talking about warranties, let's go over to this side and talk about the Lalanne Juicer. You may have seen the infomercial on TV regarding the Lalanne, and it's really hyped up, and they say, lifetime guarantee. Well, hey, a lifetime guarantee on this guy is better than a 10-year on these guys, right? Well, absolutely not. What they don't tell you on the infomercial is that this machine has a lifetime guarantee or warranty on the motor only. And the motor is the least likely part of the juicer to fail. And on the whole rest of the juicer, it has a short 60 days. So 60-day warranty compared to 10 years on these guys. So let's check out what is the better values. And in the juicer infomercial, the Lalanne claims up to 30% more juice. Well, you know what? That's what we're going to test today. We have 3 pounds here of baby carrots pre-washed in a bag, weighed out at 1 pound each. We're going to dump them in each of these 3 different juicers and see which juicer yields the most. So before we get into the test, I want to talk about these 3 juicers and just some of the differences. So you can see over here, the Lalanne juicer comes with its own little catch cup. It's plastic, has a measuring cup on it. So on both these 2 juicers, I'm using a nice 8-cup measuring cup, which is really good to catch your juice in. And so these do not come with a measuring cup, but I like using the glass, and it has a much larger capacity. This guy has a capacity of only 32 ounces, so much smaller. So the other difference between these 3 different machines are, let's see, both these have the wide 3-inch feed chute, so that's really good, so you can put in whole apples and other things like that at once. This has a much smaller size feed chute. This can be good for maybe juicing some leafy greens. It's going to have more blade contact time than the wide feed chute. So each feed chute size has its pros and cons. For the most part, people seem to like the 3-inch wide feed chute. You can put whole apples, 3 carrots at a time, and you basically just save time because you don't have to cut as much. So that being said, this juicer is a little bit less expensive, but you know what? Both these 2 machines have the same exact motor, and it looks like even the blades are interchangeable and the bowls are interchangeable. So let's go ahead and take each one of these machines apart and show you what it looks like on the inside. So to unlock the 110.5 Mini Juicer by Lequip, we're just going to take the latch arms and undo them. And both these machines have a safety switch built into the latch arms. If it is not properly assembled, you won't be able to turn the machine on. So it's very important when you set the juicer up to juice, make sure it's properly assembled or it might not turn on. So we'll mainly just lift this bowl and blade assembly out. So you can see here the bowl is this 1-piece stainless steel with the plastic ring on the top. And now most juicers in this price range do not come with a stainless steel bowl. Why is the stainless steel bowl so good? Well, it just makes cleanup so easy. The stainless steel won't stain, and the juice just literally melts off it once you wash it off. This bowl here is basically all stainless steel on the top part of it where the food comes in contact. It has a plastic bottom where it sits onto the motor base. So let's go ahead and, so it's really easy to put together. Just put this on the motor base, put the bowl in place, then take your screen and lock it into place, and take your top here, line that up. There's a little divot here that lines up at the front of the machine. Put that in place and then lock your latch arms down. Make sure you get a nice positive click on the latch arms to ensure it's assembled correctly. Next, we're going to take apart the 215 XL much like the same way. We're basically going to latch off the latch arms, show you the top there, nice 3-inch wide feed chute on that machine. And once again, we're just going to pull off the top on here. Once again, we have a stainless steel 1-piece with a plastic ring on the top and the same stainless steel strainer with the plastic on the bottom. And once again, easy to assemble. Put it back on, center this out in the front, put the basket assembly in, lock it into place, and then finally the top, put it on in place. Once again, you're going to line up this divot with the divot above the juice ejection port. And once again, locked it into place. We are ready to go in both these two machines. Next, we're going to take a look at the Lalanne Juicer. This one's pretty much similar, a little bit different. You have a latch arm here that goes down, one whole big thing. Then you have the top assembly, once again 3-inch wide feed chute. This top is black, so you can't see through it. I kind of like these guys because you can see kind of what's going on when you're juicing. Especially kids, they get amazed at like looking at the stuff come out and get spun out into the pulp collection bin. Next part on the Lalanne, we can't just pull this up. You need to have a special tool, and this tool, if you lose it, then you can't get your blade and basket assembly apart. So don't lose the tool. We're going to just put that in there like that and spin it. And as you can see, we got the blade assembly, stainless steel blade with plastic on the bottom. And then we're going to take out the juicing screen. The juicing screen here is stainless steel with a plastic frame. Seems a lot more lighter duty than the other two machines. But more importantly here, the main bowl on the Lalanne is all plastic. It's one-piece plastic, but it's all plastic. So this is going to be a little bit harder to clean up than the stainless steel on the other machines. So let's go ahead and put this together and let's start juicing. So once again, we're just reassembling this machine here. We've got to use our special tool to lock down the blade fairly tight, otherwise it may come loose. We're going to put the top back on and push this up. So first, I think we're going to use the Lalanne Juicer. Let's go ahead and take our 1 pound bag of baby carrots. I like juicing 1 pound bag of baby carrots because they're really easy. You just literally rip them open. They've been pre-washed, put them in the juicer, and the juice comes out. No big hassles. The other thing you're going to notice is that the Lalanne probably juices a little bit slower. It runs at a lower RPM, 3600, which may be advantageous because it creates basically less oxygenation of the juice because it's a lower RPM. These run at a higher RPM, nearly 10,000 on this unit here, so it's going to juice actually a lot faster. So let's go ahead and turn this machine on, and you can notice how loud it is. It's fairly whisper quiet. We're going to take our pusher here and just start to feed in some of these carrots. Alright, so that's it. That's the empty bag. I'm going to push these through. Alright, that's 1 pound of carrots through the Lalanne Juicer. We're going to basically turn that off and let it drip for a second. Next, we're going to take 1 pound of carrots, rip the bag open, and we're going to put them in the Lequip 215 XL juicer. And let's see how we do. Always use the pusher when pushing produce into the juicer. Never use your hands or any other item. That's it. There's the bag. Push that out. Alright, so there's all the juice out of the Lequip 215 XL. We're going to go ahead and turn that machine off. Finally, we're going to come over here to the Lequip 110.5 or Lequip Mini. We're going to go ahead and once again open our 1 pound bag of carrots up and turn it on. This has a much smaller feed chute, so I may hand feed these in a little bit at a time. So as you can see, it does take a little bit longer to feed produce into the 110.5 juicer. Alright, so that's it. Let's feed the rest of these guys in here. Alright, so we're going to turn that last juicer off, and now the final thing we should do is, to be fair, we want to tip up each juicer a little bit. So we're going to tip that up, and you see that extra juice come out. This juice would normally end up on your countertop if you didn't do this. So that's not going to do you or me any good. So we want to tip that up, get the extra juice out so we have a good fair test, and to just get the highest yield. So there you go. More extra juice coming out. Shake it up a little bit. Good enough. And let's check this last one from the Lequip 110.5. So there you go. That's all the juice. Now let's see how much each juicer yielded. So to make sure we have a fair comparison, because each juice pitcher is a little bit different, we're going to go ahead and pour out the contents of each pitcher into a glass, and you'll be able to see these side by side. So just have some standard 10-inch glasses here, and we're going to take one glass and we're going to pour out the juice out of the Lalanne Juicer. Alright, getting pretty close to the top of the glass there. I'm going to put this aside. Next, we have the 215 XL juicer by Lequip. Pour the juice out of here. Oh, almost filled the whole glass up. Alright, let's put this out of the way. Finally, we're going to use the juice out of the Lequip 110.5 juicer, and let's see how much juice we got. Whoa, that even did more. Oh my gosh, that's surprising. Alright, so that's a pretty easy comparison. Hopefully you could see that there on the video. So let's go over the results. As you can see, the Lequip Mini juicer made more juice than both the Lequip 215 XL and the Lalanne juicer. And the 215 XL probably had about, that much less, so not much less. This one pretty much filled up our 10-ounce cup. This one probably had, I don't know, maybe almost 9 ounces, and this one had significantly less. So that's really funny. They advertise this on the infomercial that the Lalanne makes up to 30% more juice. Well, 30% more than what juicer? It ain't 30% more than these, because you know what? These guys made 30% more than Lalanne Juicer. So hey, take that, Lalanne Juicer. So I hope you've learned what juicer yields more between the Lequip Mini 110.5, the Lequip 215 XL, and the Lalanne Juicer. Both these guys have 3-inch feed chutes, and this one has a more of a crescent-shaped feed chute. The big mouths and the smaller feed chute juicers both have their pluses and minuses. As I said before, the big feed chute is convenient because you could have to cut less produce. You could put stuff through there, cram it in, it comes out, the juice comes out really fast. It's going to be real simple and easy. This one may yield a little bit more, and this juicer is less expensive. And both these machines have a 10-year warranty on the entire machine, except for the blade and basket assembly, which have a 3-year warranty. And that's real good. So once again, this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors.